Hey everybody, Tony Pellegrino from GenRight Off-Road, and this morning we've got the trailer loaded up and we're headed out to Sargent Jeep to pick up our TJ for our budget TJ build. So because of the interest we had in our budget YJ, I went ahead and decided that we should probably do a budget TJ. We also make a lot of parts for the TJ, so it'll give me a chance to really show people the breadth of parts that we make, and it's going to be fun for me as well. I love building Jeeps, and certainly stepping through the process from the very beginning is a great way for me to demonstrate to everybody how well our parts work and how you too can do it on a budget, whether it's what you can afford or what you want to do. So we are here with Tommy out here at Sargent Jeep. This is the baby right here. We're here to pick it up, and he helped me find this thing and, you know, really sort through, because he's got a lot of them. Yeah. Kind of find the best of the best. And
well, it's one of those things where it was on the cheap side. It's got high miles, which is no big deal. It's a 4.0. It's got an automatic. The reason I said to kind of go with the older automatic versus like the 42 RH or LRE is because they're good trainings, but you can't tune them, you can't build them. There's nothing, because they're computer controlled. We all know how we love computer controlled transmissions. Yeah. This one is like the old school 904, 999, so you can put Kevlar clutches in it. You can actually build it up before you go full. Yeah, my plan is to do full manual valve body. And this thing is, this is before they got real crazy in the computers and sensors. So this is like, I know it's talking about a CJ or a TJ like it's old as weird. So what I can do, unless you guys are gonna take it to a car wash, is we can blast the shit out of this.
I know that's got a Dana 35 and a Dana 30 in it. I was thinking about some JK Rubicon axles. What have you got that you'd recommend I put in this thing?
So JK Rubicon axles would have been okay, or still the rear end's okay, but the fronts on those, as we all know, a 44 Rubicon is just a 44 center section with Dana 30 hours.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to truss them, you're gonna have to sleeve them, all this kind of stuff. So now that the JL axles and Gladiator axles have come out, Jeep did a much better job with the rear end housings. The brakes are huge. In fact, even Curry's axles, the rear axles you get have Gladiator brakes on the rears. But they've done, especially if you get 24 and newer, all the axles are beefed up. But before then, the Recon axles are what you want because they have 456 or in 2025, 488 factory.
Oh, nice.
So in 2024, Rubicon axles went full float. Bigger webbing. The castings, the center sections are about twice as big as the older 44. If you look at how big that is,
super thick. Yeah.
And all the webbing, if you look at the webbing here, the webbing here, the webbing on the front axle, if I wouldn't showed you like, say a 2020 Rubicon 44, these dwarf those. But since you're gonna have to truss a JK axle, you're gonna trust this anyway at the same time, and these are bigger housings, better, stronger. So with the same amount of work, these are far better. Here it is. It's officially yours. Clean title, California, 97 TJ.
Thank you, sir.
Rocking, dude.
Appreciate it. Okay, so we're back at GenRight, and I just unstrapped the Jeep, unloaded the axles. Just asked Jeff to climb in so we can drag this off. The TJ does not have a battery, and we're not sure what condition the transmission's in, so we're not going to take any chances. We're just going to guide it off. I'll get it in the shop, pull the tranny, and get it out to the tranny shop tomorrow. Hey everybody, here we are. Our first step on the budget TJ, because I don't know the history of this vehicle, is let's give it a close inspection. Part of the way you do that is you open up the diffs, you look inside, you check the gears, you check the spider gears, you're looking at the condition of the oil. In this case, I don't know that this oil was ever changed. It is nasty, dirty, and that's already moving my concern about the vehicle and the lack of maintenance that it may have had. So I'm gonna start looking even closer now at everything else. Other than super dirty front differential oil, you know, which isn't great, but it's not the end of the world. In the rear, the diff oil was so old and nasty that we were scraping it out with a putty knife and it looked like tar that we were scraping out. It was super thick and it all bad down at the bottom. And the differential didn't want to spin like a normal differential. Now this is a Dana 35. It's not like I'm trying to make this thing live. We were just trying to take this out one time to kind of do a before and after, you know, capability. So there's a few things that happen and I want people to understand. Number one, these things were, you know, from the factory, came with a 30 or a 31-inch tire, a very small street-looking tire. The geometry and everything, when they came from the factory, had very little up and down, you know, wheel travel and everything. So all the bushings, all the brackets, everything that they come with from the factory is only designed for that, and they're also designed for crash tests, right? So when you get in an accident with this thing, it just crumples up, okay? Well, when you're going serious off-roading, the last thing you want is for a control arm or a bracket or whatever to rip off or crumple up. So we're already asking more of these things, and I need everybody to understand that. Like, we're going beyond what the factory designed these things for, okay? So it's not necessarily that Jeep didn't do a good job, we're modifying it, okay? Now, that said, this has a 4-inch aftermarket lift kit in it that automatically lifts everything up, the brake lines, the drive shafts, the steering, you're maxing everything out, okay? Now, bigger tires, you know, these are 33s and a 4-inch lift. You got ground clearance now, you can go a lot of places. But now you really need to maintain the daylights out of this thing, okay? This is not a Honda Accord that you change the oil every 5,000 miles and the thing runs like a top. You're talking about a completely different animal. So upon our inspection of the rear end, we found the upper control arm mount and the track bar mount, that's all one, because when you do a lift kit, they put an extension on that, which gives it extra leverage. It was completely ripped off, and I'm talking, there's a gap this far. It just ripped the bracket in half, and it is dangling in the air. That track bar, by the way, is what keeps the rear axle underneath the Jeep. So it's only by the grace of God that rear axle is actually still there. That's making me look closer at everything, right? So I noticed now the muffler's caved in. I noticed the gas tank skid's been hit. So this thing, what I thought was a pavement pounder, it's had more off-road use than I thought. Okay, once we're done with our inspection, we're gonna go ahead and continue tearing down the vehicle, meaning taking out the transfer case, taking off the drive shafts, taking out the transmission.
All right, we got the transmission out, loaded in the back of the truck. I called down to make sure they're open because it's a Friday, and the guy said, yep, come on down. And he is the man, Bad Brad at Transaction Transmissions. He knows how to do these 999 trannies up right. So when it comes back, it will look like brand new, not this dirty thing we just took out.
How was it getting it out?
It was quite difficult. A lot of stuff was really on there, and I think whoever put this in the last time, they used an impact, and they really put this stuff on there. So we were organized, taking it apart to keep track of all the bolts. We did forget about the dipstick, so we got a little bit of a ATF shower. Whoa. But not too bad. And now it's going down there. So it'll take them about a week to get it all freshened up, and back to us.
Cool.
Back to